Your soulmate's important message is waiting. Read before it's too late. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because this message is for you and your heart needs this right now, especially if you've felt that quiet tug lately, that subtle ache mixed with hope, that feeling that something meaningful is hovering just beyond what you can see. I need you to breathe and stay here, because the universe didn't bring you to this moment by accident. There is a message traveling toward you energetically, carried by intention, timing, and divine alignment, and it's meant to reach you when your soul is awake enough to receive it. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. Your soulmate has been holding words inside their chest, words they rehearsed in silence, words they wanted to send but hesitated because fear once felt louder than courage. But something has shifted, something inside them cracked open, and the universe noticed. Don't scroll, because this is powerful. When two souls are meant to connect, communication doesn't always begin with a phone notification. Sometimes it begins with spiritual pressure, emotional heaviness, restless thoughts, sudden memories, or dreams that feel more real than reality. And if you've been experiencing those lately, that's not coincidence, that's resonance. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. Your soulmate's message is not casual, it's not small talk, it's not entertainment. It carries truth, vulnerability, honesty, and emotional weight. It's the kind of message that changes the dynamic, the kind that shifts timelines, the kind that opens a door you didn't even know was unlocked. Don't scroll, because the universe is asking you to be emotionally present, not distracted, not guarded, not half open, but ready, because receiving this message requires awareness. It requires softness without weakness, openness without naivety, strength without walls. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. You may have already noticed signs that something is approaching, repeating numbers like 111 appearing. When you think about connection, 222 showing up when you question alignment, 333 appearing when you're processing emotions, 444 showing up when you need reassurance. These are not random patterns, they are spiritual timestamps saying, pay attention. Something important is unfolding. Don't scroll, because your spiritual awakening has been preparing you for this moment. You've grown emotionally, you've learned boundaries, you've released old attachments, you've stopped settling for less than you deserve, and that growth created space for real communication to enter your life. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. Your soulmate hasn't been silent because they don't care. They've been silent because they were battling their own doubts, healing old wounds, learning how to show up differently than before, and now they're reaching a point where holding everything inside feels heavier than the risk of speaking truth. Don't scroll, because this is the turning point. This is when internal realization becomes external action, when thought becomes movement, when emotion becomes expression. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. You might feel this shift through sudden calm mixed with anticipation, like your nervous system knows something is coming before your mind does. You might feel drawn to check your phone more often, revisit old memories, or reflect on your love journey. And those impulses are not random. They're preparation signals. Don't scroll, because timing matters here. This message is not arriving when you're broken, it's arriving when you're stronger, when you're wiser, when you're capable of receiving something real instead of repeating old patterns. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. The universe doesn't send soulmate communication to entertain you. It sends it to align you, to shift you, to move you closer to your destiny path. And that's why this moment feels heavy with meaning. Don't scroll, because you're being asked to choose presence over distraction, awareness over avoidance, courage over fear. This is not the time to hide behind emotional armor, this is the time to soften without losing strength. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. Your soulmate's message may arrive quietly, not with fireworks, but with sincerity, honesty, and emotional clarity. It might come as a late-night text, an unexpected call, a confession that feels raw and real, or even a chance encounter that opens conversation naturally, and when it arrives, you'll know it's different, because it won't feel chaotic, it will feel grounded. Don't scroll, because the universe is aligning both of you at the same time. While you've been healing, they've been preparing. While you've been learning patience, they've been learning courage. While you've been releasing old pain, they've been confronting old fears. Two timelines are moving closer. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. This message carries emotional truth, not fantasy, not illusion, not surface-level attraction, but something deeper, something that reflects growth, maturity, and readiness, and that's why you had to evolve first. Don't scroll, because your role is not to chase this message, it's to be available for it, emotionally open, mentally present, spiritually aware, and grounded in self-worth. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You don't need to perform, impress, or pretend. Authenticity is what allows this connection to breathe, honesty is what allows it to grow, and presence is what allows it to land. Don't scroll, because here's the urgent truth. If you stay stuck in old patterns, replaying past hurt, carrying resentment, closing your heart out of fear, you might miss the moment, not because it didn't arrive, but because you weren't ready to receive it. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. The universe is giving you a window, a moment where alignment is strong, where communication flows easier, where emotional honesty becomes safer, where destiny steps closer to reality. Don't scroll, because this message doesn't just carry words, it carries opportunity, it carries healing, it carries direction, it carries the potential to shift your love story into a new chapter. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may feel excitement mixed with calm, hope mixed with peace, anticipation mixed with certainty. And that emotional blend is confirmation that something aligned is approaching. Don't scroll, because here's the cliffhanger. When this message finally reaches you, it won't just change your conversation, it will change your perception, your emotional patterns, and the direction of your future. And part 2 reveals exactly what signs appear right before your soulmate sends this message and how to prepare your heart so you don't miss what destiny is trying to deliver. And when that moment arrives, your soul will recognize it instantly. Stay right here. Keep your awareness open, because now we're stepping into the phase that happens just before the message arrives, and if you're still listening, it means your inner world is already shifting to receive what's coming, and this message is for you, especially if you've felt strange emotional signals lately that don't make logical sense. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. Before soulmate communication manifests physically, it usually appears energetically first, showing up as restlessness mixed with calm, moments of reflection that come out of nowhere, sudden clarity about what you truly want, and an unexpected desire to close old emotional chapters. And these sensations are preparation signals, not confusion. Stay present, because you may notice yourself revisiting memories, not to suffer, but to release, forgiving people who once hurt you, letting go of old attachments, and choosing peace instead of resentment. And that emotional clearing makes room for something new to enter. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. Another sign you're approaching this moment is heightened intuition, gut feelings becoming stronger, inner guidance becoming clearer, and subtle nudges leading you toward specific actions, like reaching out to someone, changing routines, or placing yourself in new environments, and these nudges are not random, they're alignment instructions. Stay here, because your soulmate is experiencing internal shifts too, feeling emotional pressure to speak truth, questioning old fears, recognizing what truly matters, and preparing themselves mentally to be vulnerable, and that synchronized preparation is what brings two timelines together. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may also experience symbolic confirmations during this stage, seeing repeating number patterns such as 1010 when you're thinking about new beginnings, 1212 when alignment is strengthening, 555 when change is approaching quickly, and these patterns are spiritual signposts saying, get ready, stay present, because emotional sensitivity often increases during this phase, feeling more empathetic, more aware of subtle energy shifts, more connected to your inner voice, and that sensitivity allows you to recognize sincerity when the message arrives. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. Another sign is a growing desire for authenticity. Losing interest in surface-level interactions, craving depth, honesty, and real connection, and this shift prepares your heart to receive something meaningful instead of temporary attention. Stay here, because the universe often creates small obstacles before big alignment, minor delays, unexpected schedule changes, or brief emotional challenges that test patience and trust, not to block you, but to strengthen your readiness. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may also feel an urge to organize your life, cleaning your space, restructuring priorities, improving daily habits, or creating emotional order where chaos once lived, and this physical preparation mirrors internal readiness, making room for new energy to settle. Stay present, because dreams may become more vivid during this stage, carrying symbolic messages, emotional themes, or familiar faces that represent unresolved feelings or upcoming shifts, and paying attention to these dreams can offer insight into what your heart is preparing to receive. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. Another sign is emotional neutrality toward the past, no longer feeling triggered by old situations, no longer replaying previous heartbreaks, and this emotional calm indicates healing integration, which is necessary for new connection to arrive without interference. Stay here, because you may notice your patience being tested, feeling like you're on the edge of something but not seeing immediate results. And this waiting period strengthens trust, teaching you to remain grounded instead of anxious, to stay open instead of forcing outcomes. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. The universe also works through timing alignment, guiding both of you into similar emotional states at the same time, creating shared readiness that allows communication to land smoothly instead of awkwardly. Stay present, because your soulmate may begin showing subtle signals before the message arrives. Increased curiosity about you, engaging more consistently, expressing interest through small gestures, or appearing more emotionally present, and these behaviors reflect internal decisions becoming external movement. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You might also experience a sudden sense of clarity about what you deserve, realizing you no longer want mixed signals, emotional games, or inconsistency, and that clarity protects you from accepting less than alignment. Stay here, because the universe often sends confirmation through other people during this phase, conversations repeating similar themes, advice aligning with your inner thoughts, or hearing stories that mirror your situation, and these reflections reinforce awareness. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. Emotional courage begins strengthening here too, feeling more confident expressing truth, setting boundaries, and communicating needs without fear of abandonment. And that courage prepares you to respond wisely when the message arrives. Stay present, because you may feel drawn to slow down mentally, practicing presence, reducing distractions, creating quiet moments where you can hear your inner voice more clearly, and that stillness allows alignment to settle. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. Another sign is increased gratitude, appreciating small blessings, noticing positive changes in your life, and feeling thankful for growth, and gratitude raises your emotional frequency, attracting aligned experiences. Stay here, because the universe often arranges, almost moments before the real one, situations where you nearly cross paths, almost receive a message, or feel close to connection but not quite there yet, and these moments fine-tune timing. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may also notice your emotional reactions becoming more balanced, less impulsive, more thoughtful. And this emotional regulation prepares you to handle deeper conversation with maturity. Stay present, because alignment also brings awareness of responsibility, realizing that real connection requires effort, patience, honesty, and presence, not just excitement, and that awareness prepares you for meaningful interaction. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. Your role during this phase is not to chase, not to obsess, not to overanalyze, but to remain open, grounded, emotionally available, and spiritually aware, allowing the universe to orchestrate timing. Stay here, because the closer this moment gets, the more you may sense calm certainty replacing restlessness, quiet confidence replacing doubt, and that inner stability is one of the strongest confirmations that the message is near. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. This is not coincidence, this is alignment, this is preparation, this is destiny organizing itself quietly around you, and when the message finally arrives, it will land on a heart that has been strengthened, softened, and prepared to receive something real. Stay present, because Part 3 reveals how to recognize the exact moment your soulmate sends this message and how to respond in a way that keeps alignment flowing instead of collapsing under fear. And when that moment happens, you won't feel shocked, you'll feel ready. Stay with this energy. Don't let your attention drift, because now we're entering the moment of recognition, the instant when the message finally reaches you. And if you're still here, it means your awareness is sharpening to notice what others might miss, and this message is for you, especially if you felt that quiet inner knowing growing stronger. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. When your soulmate's message arrives, it won't feel random, it won't feel shallow, it won't feel rushed, it will carry weight, sincerity, and emotional depth. You may receive it through a text, a call, a voice note, a letter, or even a face-to-face conversation that feels unexpectedly honest, and the first thing you'll notice is the tone, not flashy, not dramatic, but grounded, intentional, and real. Pause and breathe, because your body will respond before your mind does. You may feel warmth in your chest, calm spreading through your shoulders, a sense of emotional steadiness settling in, and that physical response is your nervous system recognizing alignment. Stay present, because another sign of recognition is clarity, not confusion, not mixed signals, not guessing games, but straightforward energy. Even if the words aren't perfect, the intention behind them will feel clear. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You might notice your inner dialogue quieting during this moment, the constant questioning slowing down, the overthinking easing, replaced by presence and focus, and that stillness is a sign that your spirit is paying attention. Stay here, because divine communication often arrives during calm moments, not chaos, when your heart is open enough to receive without defense. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may also notice emotional vulnerability in their message, honesty about feelings, admission of fear, expression of longing, or acknowledgement of growth. And that vulnerability reflects courage, not weakness. Pause and reflect, because this is where your response matters deeply. This is not the time to hide behind emotional armor, not the moment to play games, not the space for pretending indifference. This is the opportunity to meet honesty with authenticity, presence with presence. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. You don't need perfect words. You don't need dramatic reactions. You only need truth, calm openness, and emotional availability. Responding from your heart instead of from old wounds. Stay present, because the universe observes how you handle this moment, not to judge, but to guide the next phase. Your willingness to remain grounded allows alignment to continue flowing instead of collapsing under fear. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. Another sign of recognition is timing resonance, the message arriving when you least expect it but at the exact emotional moment you're ready, not too early, not too late, but precisely aligned with your growth. Pause and breathe, because divine timing never arrives randomly, it arrives intentionally. Stay here, because you may also experience a sense of emotional familiarity, like you've had this conversation before on a deeper level, like your souls already knew what was coming, and that familiarity is resonance, not coincidence. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. You might feel drawn to slow down after receiving the message. Reflecting before responding, allowing your emotions to settle, choosing thoughtful presence over impulsive reaction, and that pause creates clarity instead of confusion. Stay present, because the universe also supports this stage through subtle confirmations, seeing meaningful numbers shortly after the message arrives, hearing songs that mirror your emotions, or noticing symbolic reminders that reflect connection, and these signs reassure you that alignment is active. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. You may notice your emotional boundaries becoming clearer during this moment, knowing what you're willing to accept, what you're ready to offer, and what feels aligned with your values, and that clarity protects the connection from unhealthy patterns. Pause and reflect, because this stage is not about rushing into decisions, it's about awareness, understanding the energy behind the message, sensing intention, and allowing trust to grow naturally. Stay here, because another indicator of recognition is emotional calm replacing adrenaline, instead of racing thoughts. You feel steady focus, instead of nervous excitement. You feel grounded interest, and that calm energy reflects healthy connection rather than emotional chaos. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. You may also experience gratitude rising naturally, appreciation for the courage it took to send the message, thankfulness for your own growth that allowed you to receive it, and gratitude strengthens emotional alignment. Stay present, because this moment also invites vulnerability from you, sharing your truth honestly without oversharing, expressing interest without losing self-respect, communicating needs without fear, and that balanced vulnerability builds trust. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. Another sign of alignment is emotional reciprocity, effort being matched, attention flowing both ways, interest being mutual, and that reciprocity creates stability. Pause and breathe, because the universe often creates space for follow-up interaction after the initial message, opportunities for deeper conversation, shared moments, or meaningful connection, and these opportunities allow alignment to expand gradually. Stay here, because this stage also teaches emotional discipline, choosing thoughtful responses instead of impulsive reactions, practicing patience instead of rushing outcomes, and maintaining clarity instead of getting lost in fantasy. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now, you may notice your perspective. On love shifting again, valuing communication over chemistry, honesty over charm, depth over novelty, and that shift reflects spiritual maturity. Pause and reflect, because recognition is not just about receiving the message, it's about how you allow it to shape your next steps, whether you respond with openness, awareness, and grounded presence, or retreat into fear and old patterns. Stay present, because the universe is offering you an opportunity to step into a new emotional chapter. 1. Built on clarity, growth, and intentional connection. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. This moment is not meant to overwhelm you, it's meant to empower you, reminding you that you are worthy of honest communication, real connection, and aligned partnership. Pause and breathe, because after this message, the dynamic changes, the energy shifts, the direction becomes clearer, and the next phase begins unfolding. Stay here, because part 4 will reveal what happens after this. Message is exchanged, how the connection deepens, how trust forms, and how destiny continues moving forward beyond the first conversation. And when that stage arrives, you won't feel uncertain, you'll feel grounded, aware, and ready to walk into what's next. Stay present with this unfolding chapter, because now we move into what happens after the message is received, the stage where connection begins transforming from words into experience. And if you're still here, it means your spirit is ready to hold what comes next, and this message is for you, especially if you felt a shift from anticipation into grounded curiosity. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. After the initial communication, the universe slows the pace just enough to allow trust to develop, not through dramatic gestures but through consistent presence, meaningful conversation, and emotional steadiness. You may notice interactions becoming more intentional, less scattered, more focused on understanding each other's thoughts, values, and emotional rhythms. Pause and breathe, because this phase is about building foundation, not chasing excitement, learning how to communicate clearly, how to share space emotionally, and how to create safety without pressure. Stay here, because another sign of this stage is increased emotional comfort, laughter coming easier, silence feeling peaceful instead of awkward, vulnerability appearing naturally instead of being forced, and that comfort signals compatibility beyond surface attraction. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may also sense emotional curiosity growing, wanting to know more about their experiences, dreams, fears, and hopes, not out of control but out of genuine interest, and that curiosity deepens understanding. Pause and reflect, because this stage teaches emotional pacing, allowing closeness to expand gradually instead of rushing intimacy, trusting timing instead of forcing outcomes, and this patience keeps alignment strong. Stay present, because the universe often tests communication skills during this phase, presenting small misunderstandings or emotional moments that require honesty, empathy, and calm discussion, not to create conflict, but to strengthen connection. Through healthy dialogue, listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may notice your own emotional responses evolving, reacting with more thoughtfulness, choosing understanding over assumption, and responding with clarity instead of defensiveness, and that growth reflects emotional maturity. Pause and breathe, because another indicator of this phase is mutual encouragement, supporting each other's goals, celebrating progress, offering reassurance during uncertainty, and this encouragement creates partnership energy instead of casual interaction. Stay here, because the universe also aligns external opportunities during this stage, creating moments for shared experiences, whether through simple conversations, meaningful outings, or collaborative activities, and these experiences allow connection to move from concept into reality. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. You may also feel inspired to improve your own emotional health during this phase. Practicing self-care, setting boundaries, and strengthening self-respect, and that personal growth strengthens the relationship by keeping both individuals balanced. Pause and reflect, because this stage also reveals values alignment, noticing similarities in priorities, life direction, and emotional needs, and recognizing areas that require understanding and compromise. Stay present. Because compatibility is built through awareness, not perfection. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. You may notice trust beginning to form quietly, not instantly, but gradually, through consistent communication, reliability, and emotional transparency, and that trust becomes the backbone of deeper connection. Pause and breathe, because the universe also teaches emotional responsibility here, being mindful of words, honoring commitments, and protecting each other's emotional space. And that responsibility prevents unnecessary hurt. Stay here, because another sign of this phase is increased presence, choosing to be fully engaged during conversations, setting aside distractions, and giving genuine attention, and that presence strengthens intimacy. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. You might also experience subtle spiritual confirmations, seeing meaningful numbers after important conversations, feeling peace following honest exchanges, or noticing symbolic reminders of connection. And these signs reinforce alignment. Pause and reflect, because this stage also invites gratitude, appreciating the courage it took to initiate communication, valuing emotional openness, and acknowledging progress, and gratitude amplifies positive momentum. Stay present, because emotional boundaries become clearer during this phase, understanding what feels healthy, what feels aligned, and what needs adjustment, and these boundaries protect the connection from imbalance. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. You may also notice a shift in how you view love. Valuing stability over excitement, clarity over mystery, growth over fantasy, and that shift reflects spiritual maturity. Pause and breathe, because this phase also prepares you for deeper emotional investment, teaching you how to show up consistently without losing yourself, how to care without overextending, and how to receive without guilt. Stay here, because the universe often creates check-in moments during this stage, opportunities to assess emotional direction, communicate expectations, and clarify intentions, and these moments guide the next steps. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. You may feel a growing sense of peace around this connection, trusting the process more deeply, feeling less urgency to control outcomes, and allowing things to unfold naturally, and that peace removes resistance, allowing alignment to deepen. Pause and reflect, because this stage is not about perfection. It's about presence, consistency, honesty, and emotional awareness, and these qualities shape the foundation of what's being built. Stay present, because the universe also reveals character during this phase, showing how both of you handle stress, responsibility, and communication, and these moments provide insight into long-term compatibility. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. You may also notice emotional steadiness increasing, fewer dramatic swings, more grounded engagement, more balanced interaction, and that steadiness prepares the connection for longevity. Pause and breathe, because this stage is where many people either nurture alignment or unintentionally sabotage it through fear, impatience, or emotional withdrawal, but you are being guided to move with awareness, openness, and grounded presence. Stay here, because as this phase progresses, the connection begins transitioning from early bonding into deeper commitment energy, where intention becomes consistency and emotional closeness transforms into reliability. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. The next chapter reveals how this connection strengthens further, how trust becomes solid, how shared direction begins forming, and how destiny continues unfolding beyond the first exchanges, and Part 5 will guide you through that transformation and show you what signs indicate that your soulmate connection is moving into long-term alignment. And when that stage arrives, you won't feel lost. You'll feel prepared. Stay grounded in this moment, because now the connection begins transitioning into deeper alignment, the stage where trust, consistency, and shared direction quietly take shape. And if you're still here, it means your emotional awareness is expanding to recognize when something real is forming, and this message is for you, especially if you've sensed the energy shifting from curiosity into seriousness. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. During this phase, interactions become steadier, not rushed, not chaotic, but intentional. You may notice conversations carrying more substance, discussions about values, life goals, emotional needs, and future direction becoming natural instead of forced, and that depth reflects compatibility growing stronger. Pause and breathe, because divine connection does not remain surface level for long. It naturally moves toward meaning, purpose, and shared understanding. Stay present, because another sign of this stage is reliability. Strengthening, not only showing up physically, but emotionally and mentally, responding consistently, offering reassurance, following through on commitments, and creating a sense of stability that replaces uncertainty. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may also experience emotional safety increasing, feeling more comfortable expressing thoughts, sharing feelings, and being authentic without fear of judgment. And that safety allows vulnerability to appear naturally. Pause and reflect, because vulnerability is not weakness, it is the doorway to intimacy. Stay here, because the universe often supports this phase by creating opportunities for shared experiences, moments that allow you to see each other in different environments, different moods, and different situations, and these experiences strengthen understanding and emotional connection. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may notice your patience expanding during this stage, becoming more tolerant, more compassionate, more willing to listen before reacting, and that patience protects the connection from unnecessary conflict. Pause and breathe, because emotional maturity becomes more visible here, choosing thoughtful responses instead of impulsive reactions, seeking solutions instead of blame, and practicing empathy instead of defensiveness. Stay present, because another indicator of deeper alignment is mutual encouragement, supporting each other's growth, celebrating achievements, offering comfort during challenges, and this encouragement builds partnership energy rather than casual interaction. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You might also feel inspired to invest more intentionally in your own personal development, focusing on emotional health, spiritual awareness, physical well-being, or career goals. And that self-investment strengthens the relationship by keeping both individuals balanced. Pause and reflect, because this stage also brings clarity about boundaries, understanding what feels healthy, what requires adjustment, and what supports emotional well-being, and these boundaries protect the connection from imbalance. Stay here, because the universe often reveals emotional patterns during this phase, habits that need healing, triggers that require awareness, and behaviors that must be released to allow growth, and these revelations are not meant to harm you. They are meant to free you. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may also notice gratitude becoming more natural, appreciating small gestures, valuing consistency, acknowledging effort, and expressing thankfulness for progress, and gratitude strengthens emotional bonds. Pause and breathe, because another sign of this stage is communication becoming smoother, less awkward pauses, more natural flow, easier expression of thoughts and feelings. And that ease reflects comfort and compatibility. Stay present, because the universe also tests trust during this phase, not through betrayal, but through patience, teaching you to remain grounded when answers are not immediate, to trust timing instead of forcing outcomes. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may feel a growing sense of calm about the connection, trusting the direction things are moving, feeling less urgency to control every detail, and allowing the relationship to unfold naturally. And that calm removes resistance, allowing alignment to deepen. Pause and reflect, because this stage also involves responsibility awareness, realizing that meaningful connection requires effort, honesty, emotional presence, and consistent communication, not just attraction. Stay here, because another indicator of deeper alignment is emotional reciprocity becoming balanced, both sides contributing equally, offering attention, care, and support without imbalance. And that balance creates harmony. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may also experience subtle spiritual confirmations during this phase, seeing meaningful numbers during important moments, feeling peace after honest conversations, or noticing symbolic reminders of connection, and these confirmations reassure you that the process is guided. Pause and breathe, because this stage also prepares you for long-term stability, teaching you how to show up consistently without losing individuality, how to care without overextending, and how to receive without guilt. Stay present, because the universe often aligns external circumstances during this phase, adjusting schedules, creating opportunities for deeper connection, and removing unnecessary obstacles, allowing growth to happen smoothly. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may also notice your emotional expectations becoming more realistic, valuing stability over fantasy, depth over novelty, and growth over illusion. And that perspective shift reflects spiritual maturity. Pause and reflect, because this stage is not about rushing into labels, it's about building foundation, creating emotional safety, and developing trust that can support future commitment. Stay here, because another sign of alignment is increased presence, choosing to be fully engaged during conversations, setting aside distractions, and offering genuine attention, and that presence strengthens intimacy. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may also feel a stronger sense of purpose around this connection, not obsession, but meaning. Like this relationship carries potential for growth rather than distraction, and that purpose-oriented energy reflects divine guidance. Pause and breathe, because as this phase progresses, the connection begins shifting from early bonding into commitment-minded energy, where intentions become consistent behavior, where emotional closeness transforms into reliability, and where shared direction starts taking shape. Stay present, because the next stage reveals how this connection moves into visible commitment, how partnership energy becomes tangible action, and how destiny continues unfolding beyond emotional alignment. And when that phase arrives, you won't feel uncertain, you'll feel grounded, prepared, and aligned with the path ahead. Stay fully present with this unfolding energy, because now the connection begins entering the stage where alignment turns into visible structure, where intention becomes action, and if you're still here it means your heart is strong enough to hold something real forming. This message is for you, especially if you felt a quiet seriousness settling into your emotions lately, not heaviness, but purpose. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now, during this phase. Practical movement becomes noticeable, not dramatic declarations, but consistent behavior that reflects commitment-minded energy. You may notice your person becoming more intentional with time, planning ahead instead of living moment to moment, prioritizing communication, and showing up emotionally in ways that feel steady rather than unpredictable. Pause and breathe, because divine connection grows through reliability, through repeated acts of care, through presence that builds security. Stay present, because another sign of this stage is emotional leadership strengthening, not control, but maturity, guiding conversations toward understanding, choosing calm responses instead of reactive words, offering reassurance during uncertainty, and creating emotional safety through consistency. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. You may also feel your own emotional awareness increasing, recognizing triggers faster, responding with patience instead of impulsiveness, and choosing clarity over assumption, and that growth prepares you for long-term partnership. Pause and reflect, because this phase teaches teamwork, learning how to move together instead of independently, making decisions with mutual consideration, supporting each other's goals, and practicing compromise without losing individuality. Stay here, because the universe often supports this stage by creating opportunities for collaboration, shared responsibilities, or joint planning, and these experiences strengthen trust. Through action, listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. Emotional investment becomes more visible here as well, not through grand gestures, but through everyday presence, checking in, remembering details, offering encouragement, and showing care consistently. Pause and breathe, because purpose-driven connection also awakens protective energy, not jealousy, but genuine concern, setting boundaries around the relationship, guarding emotional space, and choosing privacy over unnecessary exposure. Stay present, because spiritual alignment often deepens during this phase, feeling drawn to reflect together, discuss values, share beliefs, or support each other's growth journeys, and this spiritual connection adds depth beyond physical attraction. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. Another indicator of this stage is mutual respect strengthening, honoring each other's time, valuing boundaries, supporting individuality, and recognizing personal goals while building unity, and this respect prevents resentment from forming. Pause and reflect, because divine partnership also requires emotional discipline, choosing thoughtful communication instead of impulsive reactions, practicing patience during disagreements, maintaining clarity during misunderstandings, and this discipline protects the bond from unnecessary damage. Stay here, because the universe may test emotional endurance during this stage, presenting challenges that require cooperation, adaptability, and resilience, not to break the connection, but to strengthen it. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. You may feel a stronger desire to invest in personal growth alongside the relationship, focusing on emotional health, spiritual awareness, physical well-being, or professional development, and that self-improvement strengthens the partnership by keeping both individuals balanced and fulfilled. Pause and breathe, because another sign of this phase is increased clarity about compatibility, recognizing shared values, similar life priorities, and aligned visions for the future, and that clarity builds confidence in the direction you're heading. Stay present, because gratitude becomes more powerful here, appreciating consistency, acknowledging effort, celebrating progress, and expressing thankfulness for growth, and gratitude strengthens emotional bonds. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now. You may also notice your perspective on love evolving again. Valuing stability over drama, depth over novelty, growth over fantasy, and that shift reflects emotional maturity and spiritual alignment. Pause and reflect, because this stage also encourages vulnerability balanced with wisdom, sharing feelings honestly while maintaining self-respect, opening your heart without abandoning boundaries, and that balance creates emotional safety. Stay here, because the universe often confirms this phase through subtle signs, peace after important conversations. Symbolic reminders of unity appearing unexpectedly, or synchronicities that reflect alignment, and these confirmations reassure you that the process is guided. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. Another indicator is shared vision strengthening, dreaming together, aligning goals, planning experiences, and building direction beyond individual desires. And that shared vision transforms connection into purpose-driven partnership. Pause and breathe, because emotional steadiness becomes more noticeable now, fewer emotional spikes, more grounded interaction, more balanced engagement, and that steadiness prepares the relationship for longevity. Stay present, because divine connection is not meant to burn fast and fade. It is meant to grow slow and strong, building roots deep enough to withstand time. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may feel a growing sense of certainty about this connection. Not blind attachment, but grounded knowing, a quiet confidence that doesn't depend on validation, and that certainty anchors your spirit. Pause and reflect, because the closer this phase progresses, the more the relationship begins shifting from personal growth into shared mission, where love becomes a foundation for building something meaningful together. Stay here, because the next transformation reveals how this connection steps into public acknowledgement and deeper commitment, how destiny moves from preparation into manifestation, and how alignment becomes established reality. And when that moment arrives, you won't feel afraid, you'll feel ready, steady, and aligned with the future unfolding before you. Stay anchored in this moment, because now the journey reaches the stage where what has been quietly forming begins to show itself in the open, and if you are still here, it means your inner strength is expanding to hold a deeper level of connection. This message is for you, especially if you've sensed a shift from private emotion into outward expression. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. During this phase, visibility increases. Not for attention, not for validation, but for alignment. You may notice your person becoming more comfortable acknowledging the bond, sharing presence with intention, allowing others to see what is growing, and inviting you into spaces that matter to them. Pause and breathe, because divine alignment does not stay hidden forever. When the timing is right, it steps forward naturally. Stay present, because another sign of this stage is decisiveness strengthening, not hesitation, not uncertainty, but clear choices that demonstrate seriousness. Planning ahead, setting priorities, and making room in life for shared experiences. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. Emotional courage rises during this period, allowing honest conversations about expectations, boundaries, and long-term direction, not heavy or forced, but sincere and grounded, and this openness builds transparency. Pause and reflect, because transparency creates trust, and trust becomes the foundation of anything lasting. Stay here, because the universe often supports this phase by aligning circumstances, smoothing schedules, opening doors for connection, and removing unnecessary obstacles that once created distance. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may also notice emotional reciprocity becoming stronger, effort flowing both ways, attention being mutual, and care expressed through consistent action rather than words alone. Pause and breathe. Because mutual investment creates balance, and balance creates stability. Stay present. Because this stage also brings responsibility awareness, realizing that meaningful partnership requires presence, patience, and emotional maturity, not just attraction, and this awareness prepares both hearts for long-term growth. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may feel your own confidence increasing, becoming more secure in expressing needs, communicating boundaries, and sharing truth without fear of abandonment, and that self-assurance strengthens emotional health. Pause and reflect, because this phase also encourages humility, choosing understanding over ego, apologizing when necessary, valuing harmony without losing authenticity, and humility keeps the connection flexible and resilient. Stay here, because spiritual alignment deepens during this stage as well, feeling drawn to reflect together, discuss values, share beliefs, or support each other's purpose. And this spiritual connection adds depth beyond surface emotion. Listen to this, your heart needs this. Right now, another sign of this phase is emotional steadiness becoming more consistent, fewer emotional swings, more grounded interaction, more peaceful exchanges, and that calm energy reflects security replacing uncertainty. Pause and breathe, because divine connection is not chaotic, it is stabilizing. Stay present, because gratitude becomes even more powerful here, appreciating consistency, recognizing effort, celebrating growth, and expressing thankfulness for progress, and gratitude amplifies positive momentum. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may also notice your priorities shifting, valuing quality time over distractions, choosing meaningful interaction over surface entertainment, and protecting shared moments with intention. Pause and reflect, because this stage also involves discernment, choosing which voices influence the relationship, setting boundaries with outside opinions, and guarding emotional space from unnecessary interference. Stay here. Because the universe often tests commitment during this phase, presenting opportunities that require compromise, sacrifice, and cooperation, not to weaken the bond, but to strengthen unity. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may also experience deeper emotional presence, being more attentive during conversations, listening with care, responding thoughtfully, and offering full awareness. And this presence deepens intimacy. Pause and breathe, because this phase invites emotional accountability, being mindful of words, honoring promises, respecting feelings, and showing integrity in daily interactions. Stay present, because accountability builds trust, and trust builds longevity. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. Another indicator of this stage is shared direction becoming clearer, discussing future plans naturally, aligning goals, envisioning experiences together, and creating a sense of forward movement. Pause and reflect, because direction creates purpose, and purpose strengthens partnership. Stay here, because emotional resilience continues developing, learning how to navigate stress together, support each other during difficult moments, and remain connected during challenges, and this resilience prepares the relationship for long-term stability. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may also sense a deeper inner knowing growing stronger, a quiet certainty that doesn't depend on external validation, a calm awareness that what is unfolding is aligned, and that certainty anchors your spirit. Pause and breathe, because this stage also invites you to embody partnership energy fully, becoming emotionally available, reliable, supportive, and present, offering stability instead of inconsistency, and that embodiment attracts the same energy back to you. Stay present, because divine connection does not only change your relationship status, it transforms your emotional patterns, your communication habits, and your perception of love. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. You may notice your definition of connection evolving again, valuing loyalty over excitement, depth over novelty, growth over fantasy, and that evolution reflects spiritual maturity. Pause and reflect, because this phase is not about perfection, it is about progress, showing up consistently, learning together, growing together, and choosing each other intentionally. Stay here, because as this stage continues, the connection begins shifting from visible commitment into established partnership, where shared life planning becomes more structured, responsibilities become clearer, and unity becomes part of daily reality. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now. The universe is guiding you through each step, not rushing, not delaying unnecessarily, but aligning timing with growth, and when the next chapter unfolds, you will not feel uncertain. You will feel grounded, prepared, and aligned with the future that has been quietly organizing itself around you.